Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm an event planner at the Orange County Library System, but I am also a published author. When it comes to pitching or selling a book, a comp title can be a very powerful tool. Comp is short for comparative, but some people also use the term competitive title. It's a book or other media title similar to your book in terms of plot or atmosphere or themes or subject matter. If done right, comp titles are a great way to let people know exactly what to expect from your book without using a lot of words or space or time. Publishers will also often use comp titles in-house to demonstrate the potential audience size of a book. So what makes a good comp title? I'm about to discuss some guidelines, but it's important to know that there are always exceptions. But it is important to kind of know the rules before you decide to break them, and you should also have a very good reason for breaking them. A good comp title should either have similar elements to your book or appeal to a similar audience. So for example, you could say that your book has the twists and turns of Gone Girl, or you could say that your book will appeal to readers of Nora Roberts. You can combine two titles or a title and an element as well. So for example, you could say that your book is Twilight meets Hunger Games, or you could say that your book is Mexican Gothic, but with aliens. Some people will even use a particularly memorable character, such as Arya Stark, as a comp title instead of a book or an author. If you are using two books in a kind of X meets Y format, you don't want those books to be too similar, otherwise it kind of gets the message muddled. Instead, you could say that my book will appeal to readers of book 1 and book 2. Despite what I did just there, you don't want to use blockbuster titles as comp titles when pitching to a publisher or an agent. You should use books that are popular but are not phenomenons. Almost everyone in the United States has heard of Twilight or Hunger Games, so you want to demonstrate that you are more well-read in the genre that you're writing. Also, using only massive bestsellers will set sales expectations impossibly high, which can work against you if the person that you're talking to doesn't think that the book will sell quite that well, which most of them don't. On the flip side, publishers often use those big bestsellers in marketing copy, but the objectives are a little bit different when you're talking to an audience of readers versus industry insiders. The titles you use as comp titles should have been published in the last 5 or so years. This shows that you are familiar with recent successful books in the genre that you're writing in. However, you might want to use classic titles if you are deliberately doing a take on an old classic, or if you are combining it with a very modern book to create a strong effect. It's important to remember that the publishing landscape has changed quite a bit in the last 50, even 20 years, so some of the books that were very popular back then might not be as popular today as they were then. People always ask if they can use things that are not books as comp titles, so things like movies, TV shows, video games, and comic books. And the answer is, it depends on who you're talking to and what your goals are. There are some agents and editors who strongly believe that comp titles should only be books. If your purpose is to demonstrate how well you know the market, then you may want to stick to books. If there is a book that is as good a comp title as something else, then I would recommend that you use the book. But if there is something like a movie or a video game that is just absolutely perfect to demonstrate exactly what your book is, I say go ahead and use it. If perfect comp titles don't occur to you right away, then you can go ahead and do some research about them. If you have any friends who have read your book, you can start by asking them if it reminded them of any other books. If you have social circles or social media groups with a lot of readers in them, you can ask them if they know of any books that have similar themes or elements to your book. If you know of a book that is kind of close but isn't exactly the right fit, then you can let algorithms do the work for you. So you can look the book up on Amazon or Goodreads and then look at the recommended reads for that title, and you can just kind of keep clicking down until you find the right title. I use this method to go from a just kind of okay comp title to one that was perfect for my book. Just make sure that you actually read the book before using it as a comp title in a query letter or a pitch. Lastly, if you have searched and really tried to find something and you can't find a comp title that seems right for your book, that is okay. Most of the time, they are not required. I hope that I've helped you understand comp titles and how to use them. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions and I'll answer them when I can.
Thank you for watching. To learn more about writing workshops and see more videos, visit ocls.info/writers corner. Orange County Library System is your place to learn, grow, connect.